Okay, so here we are at spawn. Let's head over to the banner shop. Make sure to load everything in first, and we're going to have ourselves a banner day. I'm not sure if this... I think downstairs is where the ratings happen. Let's have a look. Let's see if he's... Oh, he's
Hello.
in. Hello.
How are you
Good
doing?
morning. Good morning or afternoon to you. I'm not really sure what time it is where you are.
After more... Yeah, I don't know.
One of those. I am here on behalf of the Democratic Republic of Mushroom, and we would like our banner rated.
Excellent. Yes, and you did call ahead, so I was able to prepare.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much. So few people make appointments. They just randomly show up and hope I'm here.
I know, it's so rude. No sense of decorum.
Yeah, it's strange that I usually am, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, well, I brought some B notes. I figured, you know, in a gesture of good faith, I understand the ratings are free, but I guess I could probably, seeing as I've already given you 5 gold, I could probably hand over at least one of these for a rating service. So there you go.
Wink.
Right, and
all right,
so
just go ahead and place your banner right here on the tiny little
without
square.
further ado, here it is.
Okay, so yes, since you made your appointment, I was able to look at it ahead of time and kind of think about it, but let's just pretend like I'm making that assessment right now, since you gave a tip to maximize the value of your rating.
Well, I don't want to, you know, draw any assumptions from that, but...
So I see we have some grass, and we have some dirt.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Minecraft-shaped dirt. That's interesting, but, you know, we do what we can, I suppose.
Yeah.
You have a mushroom, it looks like.
Yeah, I figured that was fairly symbolic of mushrooms on grass. It's pretty much what I do, so...
And I see you use the brick pattern. You know that we here at the banner shop, bRanN's Banners, we do not sell the brick pattern.
I know. I went with bespoke bricks, I guess. They were kind of locally sourced from our area, so that's kind of fairly personal to the Democratic Republic of Mushroom's way of life. It's very kind of homegrown, as it were, and so I think that's kind of that's the thing I was going for. All of the other materials from here are definitely from your stock. So yeah, was
definitely appreciate that detail.
Mm.
We typically don't sell those patterns because they aren't that great. But actually, you found probably the one and only way that you could use that pattern in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I mean, you're just making a banner of a brick wall. It's not very exciting, I don't think.
Yeah, I like the pattern it came out with. I like the fact that I was able to get the kind of white mushroom spots in there somewhat effectively.
Oh gosh, whoops. Sorry. I got so many of these in my inventory. They fall down. Okay, so we rate on 3 different scales. We look at the color, the pattern, and the overall appeal. The color is obviously the color itself. Is it single color? Is it dual color? Did you find a way to use multiple colors in an interesting way, which I really feel like you did. So we're going to give you a 3 out of 3 on the color.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much.
Not typically something we're able to do. Now for the pattern, we look at simplicity or complication. Could I, just looking at this, go off and build it? And I'm going to say no. I think I could do the grass part, just from memory.
Yeah.
Overall, it's quite a complicated. It's not. You're not going to go into another server and somebody else is going to have this exact banner.
Yeah, I'm quite proud of the way it worked out. I was able to get the mushroom looking pretty good, and it took a few passes, but yeah, like it's pretty cool. Oh
so
wow,
I'm gonna give
ornate.
you a 3 out of 3 at that. You're approaching a near perfect score, and you even gave me a B note. However, I can't let that persuade me one way
Of course,
or the other.
I don't want that to affect the decision. I want it to be, you know, an impartial judgment.
So now the appeal, it represents who you are. It represents your homeland or your hometown or your republic or your democracy or whatever it is.
Some nondescript form of government which currently has no real rulers, parliament, or any kind of say whatsoever. Although chickens do have the vote now, so that's something.
That is something, and I did take that into account. However, unfortunately, we're going to have to not give out our first perfect score. We're going to have to say 2 out of 3. I'm going to tell you why, and I think you're going to agree, and you're probably going to regret saying this in a video. It's a shame that the brick pattern had to be on the stalk of the mushroom.
Yeah. I did kind of say that when I made it initially. It kind of,
And I
feel
latched
like,
onto that as a reason to not give you a perfect score, because we can't be giving out perfect scores.
Of course, I understand. And to be fair, refined is an adjective I quite like. So
Yes,
I'm
it's still
happy.
good.
I'm happy with this being refined. Yeah, I
This
think
might be the
that's-
highest score I've ever handed out. I don't actually keep track. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Well, this is a
3,
really big moment for me.
6,
I was
7, 8 out of 8 out of however many total. 3 plus 3 plus 3. I don't know. That's
maths is not my strong
you
point.
can't do
so
math on camera. That's
I'll leave
it's
that
an
to you.
established internet rule,
Yes.
unless you're some kind of crazy genius.
Well, thank you very much. I'm so pleased with that. That's a dynamic, ornate, and refined. I think those are the three things I want the Democratic Republic of Mushroom to embody going
Excellent.
forward. It's going to be a very dynamic, ornate, and refined nation with this banner. So
In the
thank you
Democratic
very much.
Republic of Constitution Mushroom Stew, have you made a decision on whether you want to accept the Beano as an acceptable currency in your town?
Right now, we don't really have any shops. There is not a great deal of produce or trade or anything. It's kind of just hunter-gatherer society right now. But once we're civilized enough to consider a form of currency, I think we'll definitely give the B-Note some consideration.
I hope you
I've
do.
I've had some very good experiences with the B-Note. In my last episode, did a lot of very good shopping with it. I heard that the thriving metropolis of Trevor is potentially going to accept the
Yes.
B-Note as its official currency.
Early
so,
adopter.
yeah, obviously we want to be, jumping on that bandwagon if it turns out to be a good prospect for everyone involved.
Yes,
so,
they are always on the cutting edge of anything.
Oh, of course,
good or bad,
of course.
ever.
Yes, the cutting edge of a sword mostly. But yeah, I will definitely let you know when any kind of commerce or trade or mushroom stew or whatever we can make comes out of our little society, and we'll see what we can work out.
Perfect. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you very much for your time. Well, I think we can be happy with that, folks. Let's head back through the portal to Mushroom, and I can show you what I've been doing at my base. Okay, and we're back. The first thing I wanted to show you is right down here. I've finally managed to do some work on the zombie spawner, and this is the result. It's not quite finished completely. There's a section down here for enchanting, and it's going to be set up for potions, but I don't have all the ingredients for potions yet. And ideally, what I want to be doing is brewing splash potions of healing, because they're pretty effective getting rid of zombies in one go instead of having to do all of this clicking. But the whole thing works pretty well right now. You just have to flick that switch off. It turns off all the lights in the dungeon. Oh, the block is still up there. Yeah, there's a hidden switch up here, which you can use to put a block across the top to stop zombies dropping down, because then all you need to do is hit that button, and it's pretty much exactly the same as Jefferson's combined skeleton and zombie spawner. It just causes lava to come out of this dispenser that's hidden up here on the top left-hand side. And that softens up the mobs. I think it's a mumbo-jumbo design originally, and I found a really cool tutorial for it. It was very easy to follow, and it's just a couple of repeaters hooked up to a piston, and that retracts the lava once it's been dispensed by the dispenser up there. So super easy to follow, and it works wonders. I wasn't intending to do a complete session on here on camera, so I'll just show you how it works. Just push the button, lava retracts back into the dispenser, and they take all but I think they've already taken like half a heart of full damage or something. They've had like a 4-block drop to get onto this, but yeah, it's basically just over the top of the spawner, and then one hit each, and they're done. Oh, and that's brought me up to level 30. That's convenient. I'm going to leave those guys there. They can despawn. Having a couple of frame rate issues. There's a bunch of us on the server right now. There's 4 of us. So yeah, the only problem about having a zombie spawner so close to the surface is that it attracts a lot of attention at night, especially when you've been down there for a while. You come out here and it's night. All the zombies are coming at you. yeah, it's not a whole lot of fun leaving the spawner, so I might work out some kind of alternative entrance. So yeah, this has happened. I didn't want to show off this at night, but I guess I'm going to have to, seeing as the other guys on the server might not be near a bed. I built this. Basically, what I wanted to go for with this is I wanted another way of getting up to my nether portal without having to like run around the side of that cliff and climb up the side every time. So what I went for was basically a giant mushroom has headbutted this wall and has completely kind of shattered the front of it. And obviously that doesn't really go super deep into the rock, but shh, don't tell anyone. Sorry, my cat is like jumping from table to table behind me, so it's probably kind of loud. But yeah, I made this pretty much entirely out of stained clay, some of which I bought from Cloudwood's Clay Mart over in Trevor, some of which I actually went out to the mesa and dug up myself and then dyed. I dyed the clay, not me dying, although I probably did die a couple of times. But yeah, so I built this whole thing out. I started it last weekend and then finished it off yesterday. That's like, it's Friday now, so yeah, pretty much when I got home from work on Thursday. And I'm really pleased with it. I think it came out pretty well. It obviously looks a little bit blocky because I couldn't build it like in a super huge scale and still have it look like it was reaching the top of that cliff. But yeah, it's quite fun. Yeah, there's a ton of zombies around here now. Just going to have to clear them out. As long as there's no creepers, that's the one thing. Like, I've built so much stuff that I'm so happy with. I don't want any creepers going to come in and like ruin the place. But yeah, I've added a little bit around the bottom of the smelting tree, which I've added signs to just to make sure that I know what's what and what's cooking up there. Oh, this is going to be a nightmare to actually show you on camera with the night. I tell you what, I'm going to hide away until it's daytime, and then maybe I'll enchant something with my 30 levels, and then I'll be able to show you the other stuff I built without it potentially being blown up. Where did that happen? Where did that happen? Well, so I guess now there's a party at my base. Yeah, I don't know where Clandle just got blown up by a creeper. I hope he'd just gone home to Trevor or something, but I don't see any giant craters around here, so I guess that must have been elsewhere, unless he's run off somewhere. As long as it's not on my giant mushroom. So that was probably the worst night of my Minecraft life. Yeah, I'll cut some of that footage back in. I didn't commentate any of it because I assumed I was just going to spend the night in my house. But yeah, I must have died, oh, so many times. An invisible chicken jockey ended up in my house somehow, and yeah, I died over and over and over again. So yeah, now everyone's come to my base. It's always nice to have a reason for people to pop over. Not exactly the best of circumstances, but there you go. So I was going to show you, I've no idea what's in my inventory anymore. It have signs. bRanN's left me the B notes, which was very, very kind of him. He could have taken those as payment for helping me out. But yeah, I was standing in here. I don't know if they were reaching through the walls or through the bed or something. I don't know, but I was standing there and I was just getting annihilated over and over again, and that was not a lot of fun. So yeah, I guess I'll be spending a bit of time at my spawner regaining some of the levels I've lost, but thankfully I didn't lose a great deal else. I've still got, oh yeah, I haven't shown you guys this yet. Yeah, this is Pixlriffs, this is my pickaxe. I'm going to make an axe called Axlriffs and a shovel probably called Shovelriffs as well at some point, but yeah, I couldn't resist the opportunity for a pun. I'm sorry guys, I'm British, I do that. So yeah, you've seen the giant mushroom already. I showed you that already. What else do I need to show you? Yes, mycelium generator. That's what I was going to show you. It's a pretty simple setup. I don't know why I'm really explaining this, because it is a pretty basic mechanic, but all you have to do, I've separated the mycelium block from the grass block because I have no idea like how grass spreads relative to mycelium. I don't know if I can take it over or not. I don't think it can, but I didn't want any of these dirt blocks just turning into grass blocks, even though grass blocks are kind of handy, and I've got a silk touch pickaxe and I've been gathering them for using them in my nether tunnel. But yeah, all I have to do is isolate them from the grass around there, and it will just grow an infinite amount of mycelium, which I can harvest with my silk touch shovel, which is super handy. And I think bRanN has given me 14 iron blocks I didn't have before. So he may want those back at some point, unless somebody else had them. But I think Clandlewood may be trying the shooty game. Come into my town! Oh my word. This is turned into one of those stormtrooper battles where nobody can hit the other person. There we go, there we go. Shots fired. I don't know where that arrow went at all. There we go. So yeah, this episode has been a little bit more eventful than I thought. I think I'll probably call it there. I had plans to do a bit of other stuff this weekend, but I might just end up recording that tomorrow once I've recovered a little bit from the zombie episode. But yeah, thanks for watching everyone, Really happy that bRanN liked the banner. I need to find more places to put that up, so we'll see about that in a future episode. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.